Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and a quick video showing how I painted clouds on my N-scale shelf layout using acrylic paints. This may not be the best technique for everyone, but I'm pleased with the results with minimal effort and time. To do them, I used a cheap titanium white school grade acrylic paint, smaller bottles of white acrylic paint, and light gray acrylic paint, a filbert paintbrush, and a soft craft sponge. I have most of the layout finished up, but as you can see from that last shot, I'm going to add one or two right in this area. I started by painting every cloud on the layout using a pseudo dry brushing technique where most of the paint is wiped off the brush after it's loaded up on both sides. I used small swirling motions and pushed the paint around, occasionally stabbing at it with the tip of the brush. This created the general shapes for the clouds and allowed them to be random. I didn't worry too much about keeping them orderly, just let my brush and hand wander wherever. Off camera, I had a few reference photos for some ideas so I didn't get too carried away. But the few times that I did, I just went back and added a coat of the backdrop color and started over. It was a simple way to redo the ones I wasn't happy with. Once the base layer of clouds were painted on, I went back with the same white acrylic and pushed the paint in to create highlights on a few of the clouds I wanted to appear closer. I kept the brush at an angle and used upward stabbing motions, creating a second layer with more definition. In between each section of highlights, I'd take a cosmetic sponge and soften the brushstrokes by dabbing it on the paint. This took out the harshness and blended the two layers together. Once the highlights were added, off camera I mixed a 50-50 ratio of the light gray and the white Delta Ceramcoat acrylics. I dabbed on the mixture with a slightly damp craft sponge, focusing on the areas where there would be shadows, making sure to adjust the angles of the sponge to avoid repeating patterns. I came back after the light gray mixture was applied with some white acrylic, and did one last layer to soften the edges between the shadows and the highlights using the same swirling dry brush motion. And that's it. This project took around 2 hours, which included a few areas that needed to be redone. Overall, although minimal, I'm happy with the results. My goal was to add the subtle effect and dimension without drawing your eyes away from trains and scenery. If you're looking to paint some clouds on your layout and didn't bother taking art classes like me, give this technique a try. It was extremely easy and the results are great. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.